What's up, guys? Welcome to another edition of K-Cards Baseball. Thanks for joining me tonight on this wonderful evening, wherever you might be. It is time for another Vintage Wednesday, and we are talking football again. We've been covering a lot of football on Vintage Wednesday. I don't have that many great baseball cards to go over. I probably will get back to baseball sometime down the road, but I would expect football to be the topic of conversation over the course of the next few weeks. We've got 1971 Topps cards we're going to cover tonight. Next week, I think we're going to do 1973 and then 74. I know I did 72s last week. I haven't run the 72 auction yet because I kind of skipped over 71. So I wanted to get the 71s out of the way first before we move on to the 72s. I do have these cards listed on the Vintage Fire Sales Cards website on Facebook. I'm going to flip over to the computer real quick and show you the listing, just so you guys have an idea of what these cards look like when we get to it. So hang on one second. I'm going to flip over to the computer and we'll take a look at this auction. Okay, here we go. This is what the Vintage Fire Sales Wax Estates and Auctions site looks like. And we will pull up my auction that I currently have going on. Do that, type in my name, and here is the cards that we have up for auction. You do have to coin the cards, that's why you see this little tag down here. And if we click on the comments, we will see the cards that I have posted. I just wanted to show you guys what the auction site looks like. So if you do go to let me get back here to the main page. If you do type in vintage cards, fire sales, and wax, this group will show up. You will see a join button in this part where you see joined right here. That'll be a join button. So if you want to go ahead and join this group, they will ask you a few questions, pretty simple questions to answer, and it will get you into this group where you can buy and sell at that point. So once you get into the vintage card site, once you get to this page, or to look up the auction that I currently have running for these 1971 Topps cards, you click on the search button and you'll see my name will pop up right there. Well, not on yours, but you can just do a search on my name and this will show up. You can click on the comments at that point and it will take you right into the auction site. So the first card I have up for sale is this friend Tarkenton card, and then we go down to Paul Krause, and if you click on the reply button you will see the back of each one of the cards. It does just show the front. There's Lance Alworth, Alex Karras, Dick Butkus, and there is the Terry Bradshaw card, Jan Stenerud, and so on and so forth. I'm going to flip back to the table because I want to give you guys a better look at each one of these cards so you guys know exactly what kind of condition that they are actually in. So hang on one second. I will flip back to the table. I did just want to show you guys what this site looks like and how to get to this particular auction. Alrighty then, we are back. Let's go over these cards. First card up I have is a Jan Stenerud card. And again, I don't have any of these cards in sleeves because it's hard to show you guys the exact condition of the card if they are in sleeves. Let me see if I can get my lighting a little bit better so we can get a better look at these cards. I have my lights kind of slightly out of position here. Anyways, hopefully that is a little bit better. Again, first up is this Jan Stenerud card. It does have some slight surface scratches there. The centering is actually pretty decent. Left to right, I call it 80-20. Top to bottom is actually pretty good. All these cards are going to generally have a little bit of corner wear, but there won't be any significant creasing on these cards. I will point out creases as they come up. However, the back of the card is in really nice shape. I do have a starting bid price of $1 on this Jan Stenerud card. Next up is Willie Lanier, Jan Stenerud's teammate, a really awesome linebacker for a long time in the 60s and in the 70s. The Willie Lanier card is slightly off-center. I shouldn't say slightly off-center. It's fairly significantly off-center, left to right. I did put this as an OC card on the website, and I do have this at 95.5. Top to bottom actually isn't too bad. There is no creases on the surface of the card. The surface is actually in really nice condition. There is some slight corner wear. The back is in good condition. I have a starting bid price of $2 on this card. I do have another Jan Stenerud card. It's not in as nice a shape as the first one I showed. This one has fairly significant corner wear. You can see in all four corners of the card. However, there isn't any creasing on the card, and this card does not have the same surface cracks as the other card. The back is in really nice shape. I do have a starting bid price of $1 on the Stenerud card. $1 is generally the starting bid price I have, or the minimum starting bid price I have on most of the cards that I do sell. This is a really nice Dick Butkus card, actually. There is some slight wear on the bottom right-hand corner that you can see there. The top of the card is in really nice shape as far as the corners. There is a slight whiting on the bottom left-hand corner, slight fraying on the left-hand edge. Other than that, the centering is actually pretty decent on the card. I'd call it 60-40. Top to bottom is pretty nice as well, and the back is in really nice condition. Nice centering on the back. On top of that, I do have a starting bid price of $5 on this Dick Butkus card. I don't know what the final price is going to be, but it should definitely be more than $5. I do have 3 Gale Sayers cards, and Gale Sayers was an awesome running back for a long time. This card is actually in really nice shape. There is a slight ding in the bottom left, and the rest of the corners are actually fairly decent. Slight issue upper in the upper left, but the other 2 corners are pretty decent. Slight whiting in the bottom right. No surface creases at all on this card. The card is in really nice shape as far as the surface of the card. Centering is actually pretty nice. I'd probably call that 70-30 left to right. Top to bottom is 70-30 as well. The back is in really nice shape, other than a slight centering issue on the top to bottom. I do have a starting bid price of $5 on the Gale Sayers card. Next up is Paul Krause. I think Paul still owns the NFL interception record. I think he had like 79 or some crazy amount of interceptions in his career. A definite Hall of Famer, and still lives here locally. Still is alive. He actually owned a golf course fairly close to me in the past few years, but I don't think he owns it anymore. Anyways, off topic. And the corners of this card, there is some slight wear on the corners of the card, particularly on the bottom. Centering is off, 90-10 left to right. Top to bottom is 70-30. The back is in really nice shape on the Krause card. Starting bid price of $1. There is no creasing on this card at all. Alex Karras, probably known for being a bigger movie star than he was a football player, even though he was an outstanding defensive tackle for the Detroit Lions for a long time. Left football to go ahead and do some acting. He was best known for his role in Blazing Saddles. If you haven't seen that movie, I highly recommend that movie. It's an excellent watch. This card is pretty well centered. I'd call it 50-50 left to right and top to bottom. Pretty much really nice shape on the centering of this card. There is some slight wear in the corners and some slight fraying in the upper right hand edge. There is one scratch that I can see going right to left on the card. Other than that, the surface is in really nice shape. The centering on the back is off on the top to bottom, but a really nice Alex Karras card nonetheless. And I do have this at a starting bid price of $2 on the Alex Karras card. Here's the other Dick Butkus card. Not nearly as nice a shape as the first Dick Butkus card, but is still a Dick Butkus card at the end of the day. There is a crease in the upper middle to left-hand edge. Other than that, there isn't any other creasing on the card. There is fairly significant corner wear, and the surface does have some slight I don't know what you call that. The dimple, I don't know what you even call that. There is some surface wear, let's just put it that way. The back does have a gum stain or a wax stain on the back. I don't know that I can try and get that out with a dryer sheet. I might try that. But this card I have at a starting bid price of $1 for a Dick Butkus card. Not bad. Number 2 of the Gale Sayers card. Again, fairly decent card. Centering on it is 80-20 left to right. There is some slight fraying on the right-hand edge of the card. Corners are in pretty decent shape. There is no creases on the card. And the back of the card is in really nice shape as well. So I do have this one at a starting bid price of $5 as well. Lance Alworth, a really awesome card. There is a slight flaw over here in the right-hand edge of the card. Other than that, centering is really nice, left to right and top to bottom. The back is in really nice shape. I have this at a starting bid price of $2 on the Lance Alworth card. Getting down to it now, we do have this Starr card. There is fairly significant corner damage, particularly in the upper right. No creases on the card at all. The back is in pretty nice shape. The centering is actually pretty decent left to right. Top to bottom is 80-20, but not a bad Starr card other than the corner issue. I do have this one at a starting bid price of $5. Fran Tarkenton, there is a fairly significant crease from the upper middle to the left middle of the card. There is also some corner damage, fairly significant in the upper right. There is rounding in the bottom left and bottom right. The corners, quite frankly, aren't in that great a shape. It is not the best Fran Tarkenton in the world. The back is in really nice shape. I do have this up for a starting bid price of $1 for the Fran Tarkenton. The last of the Gale Sayers cards, and probably the worst condition of the three, because it does have a fairly significant surface scratch. You can see it right there, going from the bottom right to the bottom left-hand side. The centering on this card is 80-20. Top to bottom is probably 70-30, let's call it. I do have this one at a starting bid price of $3 for this Gale Sayers card. 2 cards left. First up is Joe Namath. Decent, well, I don't want to say decent card until we look at the back. There is a problem with the back of the card. However, the front of the card isn't awful. There is fairly significant corner damage. Centering of the card is 75-25. Top to bottom is 60-40. Now I'm going to flip it over and we'll look at the back, and you guys will see what the major problem is with this card. It looks like the person that owned this card might have taped it to a wall or a school book or something like that. But there is significant corner damage on all 4 corners of the back of this card. So I have this one at a starting bid price of $3. It is what it is. It is still a Joe Namath card at the end of the day, so that definitely counts for something. The last card I have is the coup de grace in this set. It is the 1971 Terry Bradshaw rookie card. There is fairly significant corner damage on this card in the upper right and bottom right in particular. Left-hand side isn't awful, but there is definitely corner damage. Centering is fairly significantly off. I'd call it 95.5. Top to bottom actually isn't too bad, and the back of the card isn't too bad other than the centering issue on the top to bottom. So I do have this one at a steal of a starting bid price of $25, but truth be told, this is probably about a $100 card in the current condition that it is at. Anyways, guys, that is what we got for you on the 1971 Topps football cards. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this rather quick review. Just a couple reminders, we do have the giveaway going on for 750 subscribers. Once we get to 750 subscribers, we are going to give away a box of 2024 Topps Chrome. But my vintage guys don't really care about the giveaways and the new product that's out there. It still is a fun deal and a fun rip, and anytime you get a free box of cards is always a good deal. We're sitting at about 735 for subscribers right now, so the giveaway hopefully should happen sometime in the next week to week and a half. Once we get to 750, I'll announce the giveaway has started and the giveaway rules. So if you're interested in being entered into a drawing for that Topps Chrome box, I will pass that information on to you, or you can let me know down in the comments how it works, and I'll be glad to clue you guys in. Anyways, guys, that is about all I got for you tonight. Thanks for joining me. Be safe out there and happy collecting. We'll talk to you guys later.